Hey guys, how's it going? I'm working out in the garden behind the gazebo today. I'm just working on a little spot, planting some shrubs and perennials. And I'm really excited about it. It's a full sun area, so I get to plant some really fun stuff that has great color. Let me show you the spot. So I don't know how well you can see right there because it looks pretty dark in the camera screen, but that is where the gazebo is. And then our back lawn back behind the gazebo there. And then if I back up, I'm actually standing in our driveway. You can see that this is an opening in our oak hedge. There's a branch that I need to take off because that's fallen down. This oak tree right here in particular has got something going on with it. It's starting to twist. It's something viral and it's going to eventually have to be taken out, which will be a sad day. But anyway, I'm just going to kind of trim that up, which will take that shade away that you can see. So this whole corner will be sun. So this is the spot I am working on. I have not done anything to this spot this year other than trying to keep the weeds down. Hey, Russell. And I also ran drip tubing to this spot the other night. I did plant one quickfire hydrangea last year, and I'm really thrilled with how it's done because it's in a lot of sun. And usually hydrangeas here don't take the sun, but this one's doing it. There you can see it really well now. I'm really happy with that. So if I swing a little bit further down this space, I'm not going to be working on this area today, just that little corner. But you can see I have the drip system all in place and ready to go for when I am ready. I am thinking of just popping some annuals in here just for some color because I haven't decided. But what I've currently got in here is an artemisia, which is very pretty. There's a big cis plum I planted this spring. This is a perennial. I think it's a helenium. I'm not sure, but it is. I actually had it removed last year and it's come back a little bit. So I'll let it bloom and then I'll take it out. There are some iris, a perennial grass. This is Caryopteris, which is kind of naturalized. So it's kind of popping up everywhere, but I really like Caryopteris. There's blue fescue that has not had any water this season. So I'm gonna probably cut these back. And then I ran some drip right by it, so it should perk up and come back really nicely. So first I'm gonna grab my pruners and I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup. So I'm going to take care of any of these rogue branches from the oak tree that are coming down. I'll cut back the grass, and then I will show you what plants I have to work with. I got the area all prepped, so let me show you the plants. So the first thing that you probably notice in this trailer is the Anna's Magic Ball Arborvitae. Those are a really wonderful accent evergreen that you can tuck in anywhere because they don't get very big. I think it's like 1.5 to 2 feet by 2 feet, maybe even a little bit smaller, 18 inches by 18 inches. I'll have to double check, but I really like that evergreen there. And then you can see I've got quite a bit of purple in this cart. These are called Superstar Sedum. Let me see, there's a tag right here. So Rock and Grow Superstar, they grow about 10 to 12 inches tall. Look at the bloom color. Look how pretty it is with the Anna's Magic Ball. Not to mention the color of the foliage. Look at that contrast. So this is a really good one to edge a flower bed with. And you can see, I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them here. And then we've got another little shrub. This is a pink microchip butterfly bush, which these are a sterile variety because that's the only thing I can plant here in Oregon. That means that they won't seed all over the place. But the wonderful thing about this one and why I chose it for this bed is because it only gets 2 by 2. And this isn't an enormous area. You can see my pile of clippings I need to get rid of. It's not a huge area I'm dealing with, but I still wanted to have a nice variety of plants. So picking stuff that stayed a little bit smaller was kind of essential because there is one big piece. This is a Summer Wine Black 9 bark. I believe these grow about 5 feet by 5 feet, maybe a little bit bigger. The deep foliage on this one is killer. Just beautiful. And I believe that this variety is more resistant to powdery mildew, which is great if you live in a more moist environment, like a more humid environment, we're pretty dry here, so we don't deal with that quite as much. And then, look at these. These are insane. These are a type of Nephofia or red hot poker, but you can see they don't have a red hot colored bloom, which is why I love them. These are called Flashpoint. So Pyromania Flashpoint, and these grow 4 feet to like 4 feet to 5 feet tall-ish, 4 to 4.5 feet. And they get these gorgeous long stalks with the yellow blooms. And I thought that that would be really pretty to bring a bright pop, you know, with the Anna's Magic Ball, with this one. Anyway, so guys, I'm gonna go pick up my stuff, and then I'm gonna lay these plants out and get them in the ground, and we'll see how it all looks. All right, so I think I've got it worked out minus one plant, which I'm leaving a hole for right there. I decided I needed a stronger vertical evergreen piece. I need to find something blue. So a blue evergreen that stays really narrow. So I will be on the hunt for that. Otherwise, I've got some really great stuff here. There's the Anna's Magic Ball right in the corner. I brought a second one over, so I've got two. You can see. There's the 3 Nephofia. A few of the Baby's Breath Festival Star. There's the Butterfly Bush. The sedum, there's the hydrangea, and then I actually encroached a little bit further than I was planning on. There's 3 distant drum roses, so there's one here, right there, and then a third one there, and then the 9 bark, which is going to be kind of in between this Caryopteris and the iris. This iris patch desperately needs some work. I need to divide that this fall, so I'm just going to leave that alone and deal with that later. But yep, you can see the hole right there. And once I get something in that spot, I think it's going to look super, super put together and really pretty. So now I plant. All right, it's all done. And this project took on a life and a mind all of its own. I set out to just do like this little section, plant up a few perennials and a couple shrubs. And it like turned into this, this happens to me every time, and it took an extra trip to the garden center so I could get more things. Anyway, let me show you what it ended up looking like. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So what I ended up adding, so I did the Anna's Magic Ball right here like I talked about, the little drift of sedum here. I added some lemon coral sedum, which as you know is an annual, but it brings a beautiful bright pop of color, and that will spread out and fill in this area right here. There's the existing hydrangea. This is the pink microchip buddleia or butterfly bush, festival star, Baby's Breath. And then I added another Anna's Magic Ball right here because I think it looks really pretty from this view. It kind of starts the whole design to me. And then we've got the Nephofia. Beautiful. I just love the structure of this plant, and you guys have never really been a fan of this plant with the traditional red blooms on it, but I absolutely love this one. I was going to tuck some other things in here, but I think it looks good to have a little bit of open space. I used some plain the blue salvia, which is also an annual, and I tucked, I don't know, maybe 6 of them or so back in here because it gives that nice blue color. And like I said, I was thinking I was going to put a blue thin evergreen right here, but I'm not so sure I want to do that now. So I'll live with it this year, see how I like it, and decide whether or not I want to put something in. I did put a purple fountain grass right there, and that'll give us some nice grassy, dark kind of structure right there. And then we've got the 9 bark there, the 3 distant drums roses right here. And then as we move this way, I planted some angel face super pink angelonia kind of right beneath that plum. Now I did not go all the way, but I did end up encroaching on that space more than I thought. And I also didn't fill this space right here. I didn't really have anything that I wanted to put there. So there you have it. I was setting out to do a complete perennial and shrub project, which is the majority of what I planted here, but I did tuck those annuals in, and I love to do that in areas that I'm not sure what I want to plant. It adds some color and structure, and it actually helps me decide, because if I put something in there that I think, you know, I don't know, I might like the height of it, I can pick a perennial that maybe mimics that height the next time I get ready to plant. I don't know, that way I can try stuff out and it's not permanent and I don't have to feel bad when I rip it out. So Not that I normally feel bad ripping stuff out, you guys. That's one of my rules in gardening. Like, if you do not love it, get rid of it. You can find somebody who will love it for their garden, give it to a friend or family member or something. But you know, the main thing is for you to enjoy your space. That's what it's all about. That's why we do all of this hard work and the sweat and tears over certain things. That's why we do it, to enjoy it. So if you have something in your garden that you do not like, get rid of it. That's not what the point of this video was. Rabbit trail. Anyway, I'm going to back up, give you one more look at this area, and I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and checking out this project, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.